Hello guys, and welcome to episode number 8 of the Ironman noob, for me anyways. So to start off, we did some prayer. I ended up using all the frost dragon bones I gathered up at the Ectofunctus, mainly to get those first age, prayer skilling outfit pieces. I'll be using that while doing agility and Heffen, just to increase the amount of prayer experience I get there. But that then led into 75 prayer, the requirement for Plague's End. During my Nemi Forest run, I stopped with basically almost a perfect amount of experience just for that. Saved me some time at doing another trip of Frost Dragons, which realistically is only like 10 minutes, but I had to do Nemi Forest anyways. So why not do that, basically. Next up, though, left us with just construction left for Prif. So I started that off, earned the money I needed for it, or most of the money anyways. And then I hit 68 and realized, hey, I can do Love Story, which would save me even more money on my servant. I actually wasn't even thinking about Love Story. I didn't think I had the smithing requirement. Turns out, me getting my smithing up just to play some Destiny or whatever I was doing at the time. Maybe Watch Dogs, actually, because I was playing that because they put it out for free for gold members. Anyways, I was doing some smithing, got the level for it, and so all works out in the end, and I'm able to do Love Story here. Also hand Mabel's ring back. Also cut down the guard for the 5k cash or whatever. Not that important. However, with that, it means I basically have everything that I need to get all the requirements for Pref. With, of course, 7 more construction levels remaining. However, as you guys can see right here, I ended up doing my prom brokers, of course, and finished up with mahogany logs because I ran out of money, basically. As you guys can see, I have less than 40k left. Yeah. So I grabbed my mahogany logs that I had from doing a few clues at the start of the account, and maybe some other odds and ends that I had them from, and used those, and it was just enough. It was a little bit more than just enough, but it was enough to get me to 75 construction. This clip is actually a little bit long because this episode has very few clips in it. It turns out the time is quite a bit, but with that, I'm going to just say we unlock Prif, basically. And I'm going to talk about my next goals, because originally the plan was going to be going straight into dungeoneering to get Garajo unlocked. However, I've been thinking about it. And one, I hate dungeoneering and can't jump back into it as quickly as, getting 85 just a bit ago and going straight into going for 95. I have the Destiny 2 beta coming up, which is a good break point for me to just I'd take a week off. It's gonna be less than a week, but as I did before, I took a week off before doing dungeoneering. However, I'm thinking even longer term than that, maybe before I do dungeoneering. Because during the D2 beta, Destiny 2 beta, I have mentioned I'm going to do crafting. Also, I should note, I was asked to throw in how many days played I had at this point in time. So over the screen right now, you guys can see my playtime. I forgot about this until right now, so I'll be adding this in later. I have to go off the top of my head. I believe it was 20 days played. If not 24. No, 24 was the other day. It's 20 days played, yeah. And so many hours, 18 maybe. I'm going off the top of my head. I should note, though, those times are a little bit inflated. Again, I mentioned this last episode. The spring fair had all that crafting experience has inflated it. A little bit of agility experience has actually deflated it because it saved me time, but still, in general, it's been inflated by probably about 2 to 3 days at least, at a minimum. Could probably gotten into Prif if Priff were my main goal and not like a lot of exterior stuff where Priff was just like helpful to get, like it's on the road to where I'm going. If it was just Priff, I could have probably gone here in about 15 days played, which is for me about a month. Maybe at most a month and a half, which sort of fits along the lines of my 20 days played. I did get here in about a month and a half, a little over a month and a half of playtime if you take away that week. In fact, just the other day we hit 2 months on the account, including the week I took off. If you exclude that, we still have another week, but I'll include it because it's fair. Anyways, back to where I was. Dungeoneering, we're gonna hold off, and instead of that, we're gonna go for Questscape. So I was looking into how much experience, herblore experience this was gonna get me, or what level it would get me up to. It's about 90. I forget what the number is right now for some reason, but it's about 90, like 89, 91. I forget which side of 90 it's on, but it's gonna be quite high. It's not 91. I feel like it's 89, because if it was 91, I'd be saying I'd get overloads with that. Because I don't mind boosting. Again, for herblore, I don't mind boosting. Everything else I'm going to try and avoid, but herblore just doesn't go up fast enough to warn it. But anyways, Questscape would be really helpful to get out of the way now. Plus, it'll increase the amount of experience I get from like Tears of Guthix, or at least the amount of time I spend in there. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So what I decided to do after that, I actually ended up going and doing a Dungeoneering daily challenge I had and got me to 86. So we'll see how those come along in the near future. But I did Rocking Out, which was my last requirement for Ritual of the Majorat. Or Major, I think I said Majorat, right? I don't even know. And then we did that. It's a very nice quest to get out of the way on this account. Another Grandmaster. And it's good for some quest rewards. Upcoming. So following that, I also did, I'll mention the other quests, or quest. 2 quests or 1 quest? I forget how many I did after this. I did Firemaker's Curse directly after this. I have another clip in here. I don't remember what it is though. Oh no, that's just more Ritual of the Majorat. Okay, I divided. This clip was really long originally, so I cut it down a bit. Anyways, so we did Firemaker's Curse, but then going forward, we have a lot of stuff to go for. Obviously, I want to get the Light Within done, because that's part of my main goals in general. Getting to start doing smithing to unlock Convention, and so on and so forth. So the Light Within has some requirements that are just going to get me to do the Lord of Vampirium soon, and River of Blood. By extension, I can also go the, because I need the attack and strength levels for those, 78 attack for River of Blood, 75 attack for Lord of Vampirium, and 75 strength for Lord of Vampirium. That opens up Blood Runs Deep, and somewhat the Void Stares back. I still need 78 strength for that, but it'll basically be there. Especially when I can use the Sun Spear for Frost Dragons. It's actually really great there because it's a stab melee weapon. That's a little redundant to say, but it's very true, and that is how I'm gonna get 80 prayer. Aside from that, more importantly for 80 prayer will be 450,000 experience that I'm gonna throw into prayer from the Blood Runs Deep quest. The important thing about Blood Runs Deep now, as this all like tries to culminate together, is it is a sub requirement, not a direct requirement, but a sub requirement for Children of Ma, which I'll be doing after the Light Within. And then following that up, we'll see how soon we can get to Slisuke's endgame. But that involves another whole path of stuff like Kindred Spirits and what is it? Nomad's Elegy, which obviously there's some, you have to go through the Goblin Quest series, which I have on my list to do soon, and so forth. However, first things first, I need to work on Slayer. You need 80 Slayer for the Light Within, not to mention 78 for Is it River of Blood or is it Lord of Vampirium? I want to say Lord of Vampirium is 78. And another one is 76, I think, for another quest. I forget which one, though. Fate of the Gods. All which is I need to get out of the way soon. So I finished up that Hellhounds task I had for a while and got Greater Demon. No, I got Dust Devils first. Did that, and now I got Greater Demons. I'm doing this currently, and we happen to finally get our first piece of subjugation. It's the gloves. You can see me wearing them in this clip. And this is the task I'm actually currently just doing now as I talk. I was trying to delay this episode out as close to the beta as possible so that my next episode after the beta will be as soon as it can be. It probably is going to be delayed a little bit, guys, for next episode, but I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys can hold out a little bit longer than normal for next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.